Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Vaishnavi Srivastav, and today I'm going to share the learnings that I got from my internship. And I would like to give you a little background. So many of you might already be knowing that during an MBA course we have to go through an internship. The time when first year ends and before the second year starts, we have like 2 to 3 months in between. So that is the time where we go for our internship. And in few colleges companies come and they hire students as interns, and then at few places students have to self source their internships through their connections or through other websites like intern shala or maybe LinkedIn and other websites. So I recently got completed with my summer internship, and I learned a lot from there. So I wanted to share few of my learnings, the key learnings, with all of you. So without any further delay, let's get started. The very first point that I want to share is that before starting any project, before starting any study, we should and we must do some groundwork. We need to do some preparation we jump without jumping into the project directly. So for example, um, we do some industry analysis, we study about our competitors, so that is going to relate with the things more, that is going to help further as we progress with our project. And it is going to make us understand where we and our organization stands right now, what are the things that are already done and what are the things that we need to do now, what is has not been touched till now. So this is an example. Then apart from that, you can for example, you can study about the structure of the organization, the culture of the company. So it is going to help you to understand the mindset of the people, how your project will be accepted, and it depends on what area are you working. But yes, so these are few of the examples. So this way only you need to do some groundwork or some preparation before jumping into the project directly. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, you should imply your classroom knowledge in your project, in your internship project. So whatever you're learning, for example, you go for the internship like I told you after first year. So there might be a lot of things that you might have learned in that 1 year of your MBA. So whatever concepts, theories you have learned theoretically in your classroom, you should imply that in your project. So I'll give you an example. For example, uh, we are doing some analysis. So in our first year we have study techniques like thematic analysis or content analysis, SWOT analysis. So these are few of the examples which we can use in our actual industry project to analyze the things. So same way other concepts also we can use. So it will have few benefits. The first one is, you yourself will understand the things properly. You will have clarity in your work, and you could relate your knowledge with the industry things, so it will make you understand better. Second thing is, there are people in the organization who have a very high experience, like maybe 20 to 25 years of experience they hold. And then there might be a few people who are not MBA graduates. Their educational background is a little different. Maybe they are into technical domain or something else. So whatever you bring to the table could be a new thing for them. So it will help them also to understand the things better, and they'll also get to learn a lot of new concepts, new theories from you. So that was one of my experience. And uh, the third benefit of implying this knowledge is that it also shows your sincerity and dedication towards your course, towards your studies, and it shows how you can imply your theoretical knowledge in the industry and work out the things in a better manner. So this is also important. Third thing, that I want to share with you is, whatever work you have been allotted, whatever project you have, just don't do the surface level work only and submit your work. You have to go in depth, you have to understand the things very properly, you need to know each and everything about it and around it. It's very important to uh, understand the root cause. Only then you will be able to provide better solutions to the problem or to whatever area you are looking into. It helps you also to understand the things better and explain the things to the stakeholders, and the people who are listening to you, who are involved in that project, they will also get a better understanding of your work, and it will help them also to understand the things and uh, to know that to what extent you have worked. Like, it shows your sincerity and dedication towards your work, the amount of hard work you have put in. So just don't leave it at surface level, go in depth and understand the things very properly. Only then you will be able to provide a good result, a good outcome towards the end. So this is another thing. The next thing is a very common thing that you might have heard a lot of times, that you need to work on your skills and you should keep on upgrading yourselves, be it your technical skills or soft skills. Working on those becomes very difficult, otherwise we become obsolete. So if I talk about the technical skills, don't feel that I work in this kind of um, a role, or this is my area, so I don't need to learn this particular skill, or maybe technology, there's not much use of it. No, technology, the rate at which it is growing, a lot of I mean, in every department there is some or the other use of it, or if it's not there right now, it will have in future. So don't think that I'm in this role so I would not need it. No, it doesn't work that way. And few of the basic tools, see, even if you don't have an engineering background or a technical background, you can learn a lot of tools that don't require much of programming. There are many tools, user friendly tools that have come, where you need to work on some formulae or like very basic level of programming that you can learn very easily. These days a lot of work is being done on Power BI, so Power BI is a great tool to learn. Power Apps is there, Power Automate, and then many other tools are there which you can learn, which would help you in your day-to-day activities, and also to present your work in a better manner. Otherwise you only will become obsolete. And if I talk about the soft skills, then again, communication becomes very important, networking skills very important. No matter how good you are, if we are not able to present our work in a better manner, then we ourselves are not providing justice to our work and to ourselves as well. So we need to work on our soft skills as well simultaneously. The next point is that past knowledge never gets wasted. This is something, it was an eye opener, and it is something very important that I learned. So many people think that, okay, why are we studying trigonometry, why are we studying geometry, I'm not using it in my day-to-day life. So during my BTech also, like, I did my engineering in electrical and electronics, and then I worked in IT. So what happened, because of this, I used to think that, okay, taking electrical electronics just went into vain. What's the point of learning that now? What's the point of learning a three-phase induction motor or a squirrel cage induction motor? There's no point. I'm not using it anywhere. Microprocessor, power electronics, no use. So during my internship, the role that I got, it involved all the three skills: engineering skills, IT skills, and HR skills, of course. So I had to do a lot of work related to engineering, like mechanical, electrical kind of a work. So then because I had that engineering in electrical background, I could relate with the things better. See, you might not remember each and everything that you studied in past, but if you have some knowledge, you can at least relate with the things in a better manner. And I feel that if I wasn't an engineer, or I did not do my engineering in this field, I the results, the overall outcome of the project would have been a little different, and maybe it wouldn't have been that good comparatively. So I learned from here that whatever we study, maybe not immediately, maybe not directly, but sometime in future, we never know where it might come up, and where it might be used. So this is one of the learnings that I got, that keep learning, keep upgrading yourselves. Don't think that what is the use of this. You never know when you'll get that use, and that time you'll realize that okay, it was good only. So this is another thing that I learned. Another very important thing is you can earn respect with the quality of work that you give, with the kind of outcome that you produce. So it's like, it's in your hands. So give your best in whatever you do, and you'll be very happy to see the results, and you'll be very happy to gain that support, love, and respect from people for the kind of work that you have done. And it really feels very happy towards the end when you are appreciated for your work, and your work gets acknowledged. So if you want respect, just do your work properly, and uh, just be honest and dedicated towards your work. Just be sincere. The next thing that I would share is importance of being adaptable, or importance of adaptability. So the place where I got my internship, it was a little different from my place where I belong to. So it was different in terms of food, in terms of language, people, culture. A lot of differences were there. And in the beginning, I was struggling with food specifically. Then language was another barrier. Culture, little bit, because I was not there for a longer period of time. So it did not affect much. But yes, food and language were the most important things. So the main thing is that we need to find a solution and adapt. We cannot crib about something for a longer period of time, otherwise we won't be able to survive for long. So if I talk about food, I did both. I started having their the place's food as well, and also I found um, some messes, and some restaurants that served my preferred food. So I managed with the food. With the language, if I tell you, it was more, I was conversing in English, but then there were places where people were not understanding either English or Hindi. Then I used to take help from people randomly. I used to request them to translate, and explain it to the person that, okay, so if I'm taking a cab or an auto, and the person is not understanding only where I need to go, so I'm taking help from someone, and then they are translating, and then, so it's like we need to adapt, we need to accept things, and we have to find solutions if we want to succeed and achieve something. We just cannot crib and rant about something for a very longer period. So this is another thing, that be flexible, be adaptable. Another very important thing that I learned was, if you are at a good managerial position, and you want to have a good bond with your employees, you have to be very kind, very humble with them. You have to understand their problems. You have to treat them with respect, with uh, love, with the. We have to provide them support. So it was so nice to see people doing that around me, like my seniors, my managers. They were so humble, so respectful to anyone in the organization when they were coming for any help or any support. And I felt very happy about it. As an intern, they treated me also very well. So when we feel that we are a part of the organization, when we feel respected and loved, we tend to give more. So the culture, basically the culture is very important, and the way we treat people is very important. So this is another thing. So like I mentioned about the culture, the next point is related to that only. So a good work culture is very important for someone to be productive and efficient in his or her work. Personally, I as a person could not work in a place where they discourage me and uh, challenge me that you can't do it. No, you appreciate me, you acknowledge my work, and I'll go miles for you. So that is the kind of a place I would want for myself, and I'm ready to give my best. If you treat me well, I'll give more than what is required. So, and also we as people should add on, should contribute in creating that culture. Just be happy, be cheerful. How much does it take to uh, just greet someone good morning with a happy face? Just any person sitting next to you, in front of you, just do that. And we never know, someone might be having a bad day, and maybe you could make their day. You could just make them happy. So just be cheerful, be happy, and be yourself. That is another thing I learned, and I also always try to do that from my side as well. And finally, coming on to the last point and very important point is accept appreciation and believe in yourself. After doing everything, like I mentioned, the groundwork, uh, the analysis, in-depth analysis, implying your classroom knowledge, uh, keep on learning, keep on upgrading yourself, everything, whatever I mentioned. After everything, when the end result come, when you submit your work and you receive acknowledgement and appreciation for that, accept it. It will make you very happy. It feels very happy when your work gets acknowledged. And just uh, also take the feedback and improve yourself. Keep on doing better every time, and believe in yourself, and just be happy about it. So these were a few of the key learnings that I got from my internship, and I wanted to share with you. I hope you would have connected with few at least, and it could vary from person to person on the basis of the kind of project they got. And yeah, so I hope you like the video, and please like, share, and subscribe. We'll meet next time. Till then, bye bye.